Is it better to winter bees in single brood box or double brood box? I ran an experiment from October to March to find out which one performed better and which one had better start in the spring. So over here I have one box of bees. In another area I'm gonna show you another beehive which have two boxes of bees, and we are basically going to compare what is better for there to get in winter state in one box or in two boxes. So first, before I even start, I just want to tell you what is my opinion so far before I do this experiment is that over here they have less space, which means I believe they're gonna overwinter better, but the thing is they are also going to have less bees. When I have two boxes, what I notice is that on the bottom, when brood is in the bottom, they have way stronger patches of brood, which I think that because of that they will go in the winter with more bees, because over here they have a lot of food, which means that patches of brood are not so good. So none of those are strong colonies. They're not weak, I believe. We're gonna see now. I just want to compare four medium-sized colonies. What is better to do? To put them on the one frame or on one box or two boxes. So over here you can see frame of food. These two I don't need to check. This is probably like food if they have enough. This is weak frame, not a lot of food. And this one is actually full empty, which means I'm going to take this out. So because of humidity, I'm going to put them on 9 frames only and not 10. This is frame of food as well, which means this is going to be like really low amount of brood. So this is one patch, one frame. Over here you can see some of them already exiting. I actually do not see eggs on this part, which is already empty. This is very light frame, and you can see that bees already exited from this part. There is queen, you can see her. All of this is full of eggs. I'll not show you because I'm not on sun, so I will not see it probably. Yeah, you will not see it. So that's 2 frames of brood. 3 frames of brood is looking decent. And this is 4th frame of brood, if we can call it like that. In the middle, over here you can see small, no, you cannot see that, but basically over here in this part is really small amount of brood, and it's basically same size as this one. So it was this side, I believe, and these last 2 frames are probably frames of food. Yeah, this one food and bee bread, and the last one maybe even empty one. Yeah, this was just a bit of food, but it's like yellow frame, so I don't even want to have it like in the middle. Alright, so they for sure have nice food, nice pollen, and I do believe that they will have enough bees for the winter. Like I said, it's not strong colony, and yeah, pretty much with this one we are done. And now we are going to check the one which had 2 boxes of brood, same two boxes of them. Beehive is 2 boxes. It's basically same amount of bees, so I just want to do that experiment. And of course, like, both of those should survive the winter, and we are also going to check how they are performed in the spring. And in the spring we're going to compare which one is actually going to be better, because this one should perform better because of less space. But yeah, this video is going to be probably like 5-6 months of recording, so subscribe if you can, please. Alright, so this is second colony which we are going to take for this experiment, and I believe they are same size. And honestly, I do believe that they are just perfect for this experiment, because I can say that we can get a lot of information if they succeed. So this over here I don't even need to touch, because this is only honey, and queen is probably not in the top yet. Yeah, this is honey, brood is on the bottom, so that's why I'm not checking, and there are basically no bees, so that's why we are just going to remove this one. Also 9 frames, and here we have bottom. So these two are honey, and if you remember, this colony is colony which I made another video how to delete or destroy 99% of varroa mites, and how to build plastic frame with wax. So for sure you need to go and check that video. So basically what we have over here, and why I like 2 boxes, is because brood is just way better. I don't know if you can see this hole, but you can see honey is just not so big, which means they can put more brood. If I have 1 box, honey would come until like over here, and then only this small patch is going to be brood, and that's why those colony usually overwinter with more bees. So last one I had 3 or 4 frames of brood, I don't remember anymore honestly, and this one has less, so you can see a lot of pollen and really small amount of brood on this frame, but still decent size. So this one is supposed to be like really bad frame on this hive, but honestly compared to that what we saw in another hive, this one is actually, I'll actually put it this side, this is actually like to that other frame, decent frame, and for this one is low, like small frame of brood. So that's 2. This is all full of eggs and larvae. Same over here, just checking once again if you can see. Yeah, so really nice frame. Like first one is just like first one is cupped, and this one is like young brood. That's the only difference. I still didn't find the queen. Maybe you did, but I didn't focus honestly. I always forget there is queen. So she's over here. Nice queen since last year. Yeah, she's from the last year. So this emerged, and this is full of eggs, and I don't know if you can see it, because of shade you can't. Yeah, so basically it's full of eggs, and yeah, patch is just like too good. So this is 4th frame of brood. Okay, good, there is no brood. Nice. So this is only pollen and honey. Over here on another frame is honey, so I will not show you that. Thing is, I'm happy because it doesn't have more brood, which means they are going to be this closer range for the spring, and then we're gonna see which one is going to perform better and which one is going to just grow better. That's the main focus. And honestly, to be a bit realistic, I believe this one is a bit stronger. That's it. Now you know what we are going to control. Peace. Alright, so I gave them a little bit of feed, and I did the same to another colony, same amount, everything is the same, every single movement was the same which I did with those 2 colonies. And over here I gave it in this, and another one has the frame feeder, so that's only difference. So feeding is all done, and I gave it like few days ago, like 3 or 4, I'm not 100% sure. Full empty frame, and I think that's the frame which was on top. There is another empty frame. I can see that bees are from here until here. So 1 frame of food, and a bit of pollen, and that's actually frame which I gave them few days ago. I don't know if you can see this, but I actually put that pollen inside, and it seems like they are consuming it because it was a bit bigger than it's right now. Frame of food, a bit of pollen. So over here some dark pollen which they are bringing a lot last few days. I can see that on entrance. No eggs. Very nice frame of brood. So some bees started to exit over here. You can see this hole. Another frame of brood, very nice. So another nice frame, there is our queen. So bee started exiting, and it's going to be a really nice boost. Soon we're gonna see so many bees more in this frame, and then the queen is going to start laying more bees as well. So all of this is full of eggs. Small patch of brood over here. Same over here, and they're bringing a lot of pollen, which is good because they were empty. And there is frame of food. It's really heavy. No brood. This one is really light. There is no food at all. I'm just going to return this one, and that's it. Only 2 or 3 frames of brood. They're gonna get on the size, and they are gonna soon be probably all 10 frames, and then the laying will start and actual production of bees will start. But right now they're really weak, and that's what you get if you have one brood box. But in the same time, that's something fully normal. If you have a lot of bees in the spring, and if you don't know what to do with them, they're gonna just like start to swarm, and then you'll probably miss your first flow, and that's also not good. But if you know what to do with your bees, it's always better to have strong colony. So another colony which overwintered in 2 brood boxes. This over here is the sugar and the pollen mixed together with the water. So now I saw them from the top. I didn't open them, but I don't know what is in the bottom box. Over here, nothing. In bottom box, I probably don't expect anything to be. This frame is very heavy, and that's because there is actually that black pollen, and probably a lot of syrup because it's really heavy. No, not a lot of syrup, just frame of pollen. So I will not give them more of pollen because they probably have enough. There is the queen, you can see her yellow, a lot of honey, a lot of pollen, and we have a whole frame of eggs, like all of this. Frame of cup brood, another side as well. You can see that those bees like exited a week ago because over here I see some larvae. I do not like the placement, but it's still early to say. So that was middle frame, and one batch of bees is already out. Over here, so you can see same thing, a lot of missing places, but over here is actually really good. So they will get on the size very quickly. And this frame, I hate this frame for more than a year and I never replaced it because it's always like falling down. Over here, a lot of that black pollen, and I do not see any type of eggs or larvae. Another side as well. And this is the last frame which I'm going to check, and it's heavy because it's full of pollen. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but the bottom part is all that black pollen, and this side a lot of syrup and one part of pollen. Alright, they're actually pretty good on pollen reserves, and all that reserves are what they got in the last week. So honestly, queen is still on top and she is laying actively, which means bottom part is probably not yet ready. Do they even need it? They don't need it. They have so much pollen. So now let's check the bottom box. I don't see any honey from here, and amount of bees is not big, which means they probably don't have anything. So I'll just go and check the middle. But once that frames of brood go out, they will just fully fill those two brood boxes, and then for the first floor they are going to be really strong. There is some pollen, so no need to check more than this.
So you now seen both ways of overwintering bees, and I will be completely honest, I prefer using 2 brood boxes. Yes, it's a bit more work, and that's why some people don't like it, but as someone who likes to boost weaker colonies in the spring or take extra bees to produce queens early, 2 brood boxes seems like the way to go. So if you want to see more experiments like this, go check this video on the screen.